Hey everybody, how you doing? This is about to be a really fun video. Well, kinda not. But in this video, at the end of the video, I'm gonna show you some footage that was super scary. One of the probably several times that there was a good chance that I could have been a goner. I'm gonna show you that footage at the end of the video. But before I get to that footage, I'm gonna show you some examples of some other folks doing the same thing that didn't fare as well as I did, and some even 6 feet under. And what are we talking about today? We're talking about tannerite. If you ever heard of tannerite, then you know what I'm talking about, and you probably have a sense of how dangerous it can be. But essentially what it is, you get a canister. You can get it in different sizes. It's been out for over 10 years now. It'll be about, I don't know, canisters this big. Some of them are half this big. Some of them are even bigger, or some of them they sell like 6 packs of smaller ones. Essentially what it is, it looks like little foam BBs, and then there'll be some powder in it. It's normally white powder with some, or it's white little BBs with some gray powder. There's several different brands and styles that sell it, but essentially completely safe, not mixed, but then you mix it together, shake it up, and then you have to hit it with something that's a boolot that's going fast. Some of them has to be at least 2,300 feet per second. Some of them a little faster. But essentially you mix this stuff up, then you hit it with a boolot, and then boom, this little tiny thing has a lot of energy and explodes. So before we get to the one, like I said, that almost killed me, probably should have killed me, there's one thing that I did that probably saved me. And it's the reason I'm still here, and we'll get to that at the end of the video too. But let me walk you through some folks that didn't fare as well as I did. First, let's check out this guy. Watch it. I'll try to slow it down. You can see whatever he's flinging the boo light at comes straight back at him and the cameraman. Not cool. Super dangerous. Check this footage out. So yeah, you see that? He's pew, 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 and then whoosh, right back at him and his buddy who is probably holding that camera. Not a good day. What's the next one? And this is scary, guys. This one, the report is that the guy had an old lawnmower, and that's how a lot of these stories go. They got an old fridge, old microwave, old lawnmower, old stove. Now, what are we going to do with it? Well, it's kind of hard to haul some of that off. Let's just blow it to smithereens and get rid of it that way, right? This guy does that to a lawnmower, and same thing happens similar to the last video. Thing comes back, bye-bye to your leg. Dangerous stuff. Word of caution, if you are going to use this stuff, make sure you're crazy far away, like so far away that you think you might not even be able to hit that thing with a bow light, because it's not worth it risking it doing this stuff. But let's look at this footage. This guy with the lawnmower. Now this next clip is a news report, super sad story, where a young kid actually, because of what an older guy, I think the report is a 22-year-old guy was flinging the boo lights, nearby was an 8-year-old kid who ended up being no longer living, to put it in so many words, because of this older guy flinging boo lights and making these explosions. And the kid being too close. Not cool. Look at this news report. Super sad.
Breaking news now. We just learned of a new arrest in a deadly explosion.
4029's Craig Cannon tells us the new charge is being filed live from the desk.
Daniel Page, we just heard from the sheriff about the case of that 8-year-old child who was killed by that explosion. He tells us the man is now facing a manslaughter charge. We first told you last night about the explosion that hurt 2 people and killed the young child. The sheriff says 22-year-old Brandon Martin from Muldrow was the person who shot at a stove that had an explosive called tannerite inside. 3 people are also facing charges because officers say they lied for the investigation, 2 of which are Brandon Martin's parents.
Like I said, Stuff is nothing to play around. That's a super sad story. Super sad story. Not stuff, again, to be playing around with or shouldn't be in the wrong hands. I'm not saying I believe in free America. I'm not trying to tell you not to do stuff or trying to tell you what to do. You want to do stuff, go do it. Free country. I'm not into banning things or making laws on anybody by any stretch of the imagination. But yeah, you get what I'm trying to say. Be careful. Be extra careful. But this next one, same old story. This time with a microwave. Look at this footage of this dude.
Whoa!
Got your nose good, dude.
You alright?
Pretty wild, huh? Microwave. The microwave came back faster than he could react to dodge it. You know, you might have been, I don't know, playing baseball, playing basketball, even throwing snowballs or golf ball coming at you, and you just have a sixth sense where you can dodge it out of the way, or at least get it to where it doesn't hit your eyeball. You know what I'm saying? You got that quick reaction, whatever happens sometimes. But even with the weed eater, you know, you'll be flinging something, but your eyeball reacts so fast to where you dodge it without even thinking, oh, I should dodge that and moving. You guys would get what I'm saying. A microwave came back so fast, he didn't even have time to dodge it. It just, boom, right there. The last one I'm going to show you real quick before we get to my example. This dude with the refrigerator. This might be the most famous footage of tannerite. Check out this refrigerator come square back at this dude. Well, that guy was super lucky because he was standing behind a tree. If that tree hadn't been there, that might have been the end of it. But let's go to that footage. This is me. Same old story as these guys. And I did this before I even seen these. You know, this was, I think it was, might have been 5 years ago. Had a dryer. Dryer's pretty lightweight. Put it on my shoulder. Full-size dryer, but dryer's not heavy. Back in the woods, I don't know, maybe 200 yards. And where I was standing from it, roughly 75 yards. A little bit of a backstory. There was a weed eater company that sent me a weed eater attachment and for free. So I had to make a video using their weed eater attachment. Well, I cut a hole with the grinder attachment on the front of the dryer. And that is what saved me. Because at the end of the day, there's that explosion inside the dryer. The hole was facing me. So the hole actually acted as like a jet where the gases escaped out that hole towards me, which in turn pushed the dryer away from me. The dryer was completely gone. The only thing left was the motor, electric motor sitting there on the ground. The rest of it, the dryer is literally gone. But it was that hole that I cut because I was trying to show off that weed eater part that I think probably very likely saved my life. Look at this footage. We got a dryer, we got a weed eater, we got a Ruger American 308. We got 5 pounds here. I got my centered hole cut there with my weed eater. See, it's all that dark gray. One final thing that I got to mention before I forget. Says it right there on the package. 2,200 feet per second. It's 95 degrees and like 95% humidity. My clothes are like soaked with sweat, but it was all worth it. Open up the door on the dryer, and there is the 5 pounds. Got my Ruger American 308, and then I'm gonna be shooting some of this Monarch steel cased 308 ammo. These are 145 grain, and the box says they're have a velocity at the muzzle of 2,756 feet per second. So 2,700. Let's take Holy smokes, that was a lot bigger bang than I thought it was. And I don't even see a dryer down there. Yeah, there you have it, guys. Super dangerous stuff, tannerite. I've been around where in a very close vicinity out of range where we did like 200 pounds and that stuff. And, you know, if you didn't know any better, you think there was an earthquake. But I've been around several times, very large amounts of it at different events and whatnot. You know, people trying to, you know, get attention and so on and so forth. But story is, be careful. Make sure you're being super duper careful. And if it wasn't for that hole in the front of that dryer, I might not have been here today making this video. But hey, appreciate y'all. Make sure you're subscribed. Stay tuned for more videos. We got tons coming. Appreciate y'all. We'll see you on the next one.
Load it up and get it on as soon as you can.